Y'all can do an onion and pepper, but I only had an onion on hand. We thought we had some pepper, but we did not. We got some cumin, we got some minced garlic, we got some chili powder mix packs. We got some of these little containers. They were for the holiday for the cornbread. And we got some tomato paste. Also some chili beans. This was kind of new for me, but the chili beans really works. We got two cans of that and also 2 cans of kidney beans. One was reduced sodium because, yeah, we got to watch out for that. The petite diced tomatoes. We got regular cornbread, and then we also got some honey cornbread. And these are the directions on the back. You know, you'll need your egg, milk. We got ground chicken. For some odd reason, they only had 1 pack. Usually, I would not have gotten that pack, but we needed it. And then we got the organic. Also, we're going to use some pink Himalayan salts, some black pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder, some seasoning salts. And this is a cute little trick. Basically, put something wet, like a wet paper towel, under your cutting board so it won't move once you're cutting the onions and peppers if you have them on hand. We had literally just came from the store. We thought we had everything. We did not. So, again, we're going to go ahead and chop these up, pretty much dice them up a little bit. And you cut them out as big or as small. Of course, they're going to be sauteed. They're going to kind of be, you're going to be able to taste it, but really, honestly, truly, you're not going to be able to get like the crunch of an onion because it's going to be sauteing for like an hour anyway. And you're going to cook it down with the ground chicken. Now, you can also do beef, ground chicken, ground turkey. You can do any kind of meat that you would like. Ground chicken just seems like it works for everybody that was actually eating it on this good day, honey. And again, you're going to go ahead and just keep do what you're doing. Peel it off. And then move the scraps over. And I always was taught to take out the middle of the onions. I'm not sure why, but my mom always took out the middle of it and we just didn't use it. So I still kept that and I don't do it to this day. All right. And you just cut as much as you can. And then you're going to go ahead and put that into your pan. I don't really know if this is a saucer pan. I don't think it is. To me, it's more of a skillet that I use this go around. And of course, you're going to clean your station up as you go along. Now, we're going to get right into the skillet. Now, mind you, y'all, judge not over here because we don't do that. My pan, I'm thinking by looking at this now, y'all, we need a new one. However, it still works great. Hello, somebody. It just, I don't know, or I need to look up some TikTok hacks before it goes away to look up some ways to clean on the outside because it was very much clean, but I just hated the way it looked in this video. It was not aesthetically pleasing, but it's okay because I'm real over here. Hello, somebody. You can't always have all that clean, neat things every single day, or like the tag just got off of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course it was clean, if that makes any sense at all, but this is a pot that's seasoned, baby. Hello? Oh, okay. So as you can see, I am seasoning up the ground chicken. I put in seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder. At this point, I don't believe I put in the salt just yet or pepper. However, it's probably on its way. And of course, you're letting this cook before you're starting to add all of other things in here. And you do have to be careful, or you have to just like watch out and make sure, because that ground chicken and ground turkey, they are like a weird kind of color, which is crazy. Like, how you could tell beef is done because it turns from like the pink to brown. Sometimes the chicken and sometimes the turkey turns like this grayish color, which is weird. Or like a whitish color, depending on what cut of meat it is. But you just gotta make sure everything is done. I did put the Himalayan salt, as you can see. I did put the cumin in, and I opened the cumin and I tasted just a little bit. It's like a really good seasoning. Like, I think I'm gonna start cooking with cumin more often. I don't know with what for, but we'll go ahead and play with some recipes. I do want to go ahead and make a few more things, even if I don't tape it. I think I want to try different recipes in 2025. yeah, I don't know. Like, I just want to do a few new things. And I basically put like two, I guess you could say like 1.5 tablespoon of it. And honestly, truly, just remember the keys to cooking. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. So I started off with that. I don't believe I put any other minced garlic in it. I will have to watch and make sure, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. And then what I will also state is, once you let it simmer for a while too, you can actually add more things as well. Okay, so don't just be so eager to add so much seasoning in it right now. Okay, so let your ancestors talk to you and then stop, because I really didn't measure anything. I just kind of did it to taste. And yeah, and that's another good reason why you will want your stuff to be cooked, because if you're going to be tasting this, hello, you don't want to get sick. So what I basically did is I did not start to taste it until I put in all of the other ingredients, like the tomatoes, the tomato paste, the beans. Yeah, so I kind of waited until it was a little bit longer in the game for me to try it, because I just didn't want to get sick and I wanted to make sure everything was complete. I did start putting the beans in here, and yes, let's go ahead and open those containers, and we're going to clean those beans, rinse it off, because you just don't know. And with the settlement, all that stuff like that, and then I believe the theory is you wash it until the bubbles kind of subside, and that's what I basically do. I just keep rinsing it, or until the juices that's in it looks clear. That's what I do. Hey, if it doesn't work for you like that, don't do it. I have seen people just pour the beans in here without washing it. That is on you. You do you, boo-boo. Okay? I'm going to do me. So, again, actually, you know what? I think I tried it at this point, to be honest, because I just wanted to see, like, where it was going, like, if it needed anything additional, if I needed to add an extra pack of the chili powder. I did end up adding a little bit more seasoning to it. And then, like I said, once it simmers for that hour, you're going to keep stirring it. And then I would say let it sit for a little while, okay? So, and then I didn't really know, because nobody really told me how much tomato paste to put in it. So I just basically put like 3 tablespoons, I would say, of tomato paste, or you can kind of do like 2.5, I would say. And it gave it a really good color afterwards. And by itself, tomato paste is disgusting to me. It's like no flavor, but it's just really, like, I don't know, I just didn't like it. At this point too, right here, you can start putting the temperature on to like medium, I would say. And then once you start to like simmer or let it sit for the hour, I would put it on low. So as you can see, like, I started to add a little bit more. It looks like it's a lot, but honestly, it was 4 pounds of ground chicken. I don't really know the pounds, but it was 2 containers of it. It's 4 cans of beans. It is some sauteed onions. So yeah, I don't think it was a lot. And then also, this is a key. You could use chicken broth. I didn't have any on hand. Well, I just had beef broth in the refrigerator, so that's what I used. I would honestly say about a cup or two would do you. Now, once you let it simmer, if it starts to kind of, with chili for me, all the liquid kind of like rises a little bit. So my chili was not dry at all. However, after I let it simmer for like a half an hour without stirring it, it kind of was kissing the bottom of the skillet, if that makes sense. So basically, I just put a little bit more beef broth in it, and then I took the easy way out to make the rice. I just used a rice boil bag or whatever, and it takes like 5 to 10 minutes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You put a little salt in that pan with the water, let it boil for the 10 minutes, and you're good to go. Now, this is what I did do. I decided to make the honey cornbread, and I also decided to make the regular cornbread. And you will need an egg for each of those, and I think it's a third of milk for each of those. Now, what I chose to do is I decided to spray it with a baking pan. You can go ahead and do real butter inside of the oven and like heat it up. That way it'll kind of be, and then you can use the melted butter as well as in the mix too if you wanted to. Totally up to you. You can even melt butter in the microwave. It's up to you. I just chose to do the baking spray and it worked just fine. And how cute are these bowls? They were 50-cent bowls from Walmart. They had red, green, and I think white. And then also for me, for my cornbread, I do also do one whole container, and then I do a half of a bag or a half a box. I don't know why I said container, but half a box of it. And then I just put a little bit more milk in it. Not quite a full cup, but I would say a little bit less than a full cup. And also I do put sugar in it. Now I only use like a raw sugar. So I didn't put white sugar in it. Usually you would put white sugar in it. I don't. And then you'll just do the egg in it as well. And then you'll stir until you get the consistency that you like. Now, mind you, if it is lumpy a little bit, you can start like chopping it up. However, that really doesn't matter. To me, it mattered. But if you don't mind it, hey, you like it, I love it for you. Do what's best for you in your kitchen. You don't have to follow what everybody says, okay? Unless you want to and you like the way stuff come out. But again, do what's best for you and work with whatever works for you in your kitchen. Seriously, because you can't please everybody and you are the cook at this moment. You do what's best for you, whatever tastes good to you. And then, hey, if people need extra salt, sugar, pepper, garlic powder, any of that stuff, once they're heating up their food, baby, go ahead. The seasoning is in the container, okay? In the cabinet. Hello, somebody. Like, I'm being for real though. Just don't get so discouraged about stuff because I think we get so wrapped up in what everybody is saying to do. Do what really works for you in your kitchen and just keep it moving. So here's the sugar that I was talking about. It looks like it's brown sugar, but it's not. It's like a raw, I can't think of the name of it. I really want to say the brand is raw, but it's like it's a T word. I don't know because I don't have the package in front of me, but whatever it is, it's like a raw sugar. And then, like I said, I just whip it. And this was the regular one. And it was a little bit thicker. The Honeywell wasn't as thick to me. And I felt like I used the same amount. But it was thicker. But it was so good, y'all, too. And you see what I mean by this? A little bit of those little lumps. Now, I don't feel like I saw this. Because I was like really, really trying to stir and get those little lumps out of it. And yeah, I would say in this little tin pan though, usually I think it's supposed to take 15 to 20 minutes for it to cook. For some odd reason, it was leaning more towards like 25 minutes. But I kept checking on it after the 15-minute mark every 5 minutes. So yeah, I literally would say this probably took like 25 minutes, maybe knocking on 30, okay? And I was so ticked off just to tell you that. But anyway, I did the same process. Basically did the 1.5 box, put a little sugar in it, put a little egg in it, and then put a little bit less than the whole cup of milk. That's up to you what you do. That's how I do it because you'll just see the outcome. It's like so good. Now I will tell you this also. I believe the box says 400 degrees. To me, that made the outside cook really, really fast, and then the inside was not cooking. So I don't know if it was the tin pans that did this or what, but also make sure you're paying attention to that as well, okay? So I personally didn't mind like the top of it being a little bit darker. It wasn't burnt. It was just literally that the outside was cooking faster than the inside for some strange reason. I feel like once I had it on 350 though, it works out really, really good once I had it on for that last like 10 minutes. And yeah, so just make sure you're watching it. And then also, if you don't know, you should do the toothpick test. Basically, you're putting it in the middle of the cornbread and making sure that that toothpick comes out clean as a whistle, okay? And you see here, that's what I was saying. Like, I was chopping it up because I didn't like the lumps, but I don't think, like I said, it doesn't really matter if they're in there or not. It's okay. So, you know, no worries about that either. But, you know, you just can keep stirring it. You can keep going through it. And like you see me doing it on the side. Now you can also make real cornbread, which I think one day I do want to do. I know it's like cornmeal. I don't know what other ingredients is. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be cornmeal, some kind of sugar or some kind of sweetener. I wonder if it's like, I don't think flour would be in it. I really don't know. Maybe one day I'll do like a homemade cornbread for myself, and I want to try it. I also want to try it like in a cast iron skillet. Now I will tell you that Robert made his with cream of corn, some scallions, and that was actually pretty good. But if you are a texture person, it might not be the best for you, but honestly I would give it a 10 out of 10. It was super good. Yeah, so it's so many different ways you can try it. Like my mom was even saying, hey, we could try like jalapenos in it, and I think one day I will try that. So this is how it came out. As like I said, it looks like it's a little toasty, but I promise you it's not. And then my lighting, I just don't know what happened to it because it just seems like it went too dark almost. So this is where the boat comes in. Basically, you're going to get the middle of the cornbread out, and then you're going to actually fill it up. Get yourself another little bowl, or you could have got another little whatever this tin pan is, I'm sorry, because it does come with 3, so you could have just scooped that out. So I just scooped all of it out, and baby, the cornbread was so good. Like a little cornbread chili bowl is delicious. I love it. But I also just like chili with rice, or I have seen people do chili with Fritos. I think I did chilies with Frito last year. So you're going to layer it however you want to. So if you wanted to do the rice first, you could have. I just chose to do cheese first, the rice second. And then I did chili on top of that. And also just a little bit more of like the kind of sauce of it all. And this is what my chili looks like. And again, that's the rice from earlier. I just took it out those bags and I put a little salt, a little pepper, a little butter in it. And this is actually going to go back in the oven. So you also want to make sure when you're cooking the cornbread that you're paying attention to it, and you don't want to make it crispy. Now, I have seen people put it on broil, but if you're putting anything on broil, you really need to check that within like 1 or 2 minutes because you will burn it, or if you forget it. So I did not broil it because, yeah, I watched somebody else do it and they burnt it. So I did not broil mine. I just basically put all the toppings on it that I wanted, put more cheese on it, and then I put it back in the oven for the 350. And I think I probably did it for like maybe 3 to 5 minutes. And I just made sure that the cheese was melted on there. And then I took it out, and this is what it looks like. Also, you're going to get some sour cream, or do a little dollop of sour cream, or 2 or 3, how many of you like. And you'll get some scallions. You'll cut those up, and you'll also make it pretty on top. And this is what it should look like. I think it turned out so good. My twin liked it. Everybody actually enjoyed it. My mom said it was really good. Robert said it was good as well. So here's a few pictures of it. And if you make it, let me know. I hope y'all truly enjoy it. Again, it was a chili cornbread boat or something like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?